Karan Kundrra, welcome back on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Faizan. And thank you for taking out time for me and having me over.
No, it's my pleasure. And so can we say that this entire experience that you've had with Bigg Boss, maybe it is the biggest high point of your career so far?
It is definitely a high point. It's very close to what happened when I had done my first show. The times were different, 2009, and social media was not that huge then. But the kind of response that we got, overnight success and everything. This is something like that. So I think after 13 years, I've felt the kind of love, the kind of support, the kindness that has been shown towards me. I think it's fantastic. It's great. To be honest, I did not expect. When I entered the show, I was very skeptical. I was like, okay, theek hai. Maybe I'll come out in 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks max, and let's see what happens. But it just turned around to be a completely different experience. I remember sitting with my team and they were all like, theek hai, we'll probably gain this and we'll probably gain that. But whatever we thought, we planned, it's been at least tenfold more than what we'd expected. It's very different. It's very overwhelming because they've seen me as a character. They've seen my films, they've seen my shows, they've seen my reality shows. But this time it is something different because they attached to me in a very different way, because they've attached to me as who I am. They've laughed with me, they've cried with me, they've sort of felt disappointed with me, and the kind of outrage that came out when I didn't make it to the top 3, it was something else. I mean, there were 27 lakh tweets that happened. All of that is just very overwhelming. And you don't realize these things when you're inside the show, because there are only 13 people around you, and wo bhi kam hota rehta hai. You don't realize that. Yeah, I mean, you're aware that there are cameras, but you don't know the kind of the emotions that are being now being attached with you. Once there was this close to the finale, some of the fans came in, and one of them said कि Karan, आप कल बहुत टेंशन में थे, आप बहुत you were very worried. I was like, yeah. And he's like, आप सोए हो ना हमें सोने दिया आपने, आपके चक्कर में हमारे घर पे खाना नहीं बना कर. And I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, this is different. This is something that I've never experienced. So it's a brand new experience for me, and it's quite nice.
All right. So you just said that 27 lakh tweets and the fact that people expected you to be in the top 2. And yes, you have been billed as the probable winner of Bigg Boss for many weeks now. And apparently, so you posted on Instagram as well on your stories, and that you were disappointed. But many feel that you were the deserving winner. How disappointing was it?
I was absolutely destroyed. When I didn't even make it to the top 2, because it's not like I'm in the starting of my career. It's not like I've done reality shows. It's not like I've not done reality shows before. It's not like how I don't know how stuff works. To be honest, when I entered the show, I was pretty clueless. I didn't know. The first week, Farah Khan ma'am came in, and she said that for me, in my ranking, Karan Kundrra is number 1, and I was pretty shocked. I was like, really? So I didn't know what I was doing inside, but apparently it was working. People were liking me, and when the nominations would happen, the votes would come in, and even the people inside, the contestants, looked at me in a different way, and they knew that I would not backstab them. I had a trust with everybody. I had a nice relationship with everybody, and then you start building hope, because it's something that you've not expected. It's something that you've not thought about. But when the 5 weeks got over, the 6 weeks got over, then the 10 weeks got over, then 12 weeks got over, and then everybody inside the house, looked at me in a certain way. People who would come from outside would tell me, things. So you start slowly believing in yourself that maybe it might just end up pretty well. And then reaching the last day and actually interacting with with the fans who were sent in, I was pretty hopeful. And then when that happened, my hopes actually destroyed, and you start doubting yourself. And there's this narrative that you set for yourself. that gets destroyed, and then you ask yourself, maybe you were not good enough. Maybe it was just hope that you just created for yourself. And I'm sure every contestant does that, irrespective of how many weeks they stay inside the house. Everybody enters and they want to win, and I wanted to win as well. For me, it was very, very clear that I would like to see Umar, me, and Tejasswi as the top three. And when unfortunately Umar had to leave the show, for me it was very clear that it has to be me and Tejasswi, and then whoever picks up the trophy, it's absolutely fine, because my career is not defined. My history or my future is not going to be defined by one trophy. It's what I've done in the 17 weeks of the show, in the 4 months of the show, 24 hours, and not in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the show. So yes, there was a lot of disappointment, which to be honest, I got snapped out of it as soon as I took a 4-hour, 5-hour nap. I woke up and I was back at being who I am. I am Karan, and this is how I am. I never look back. I do not regret. I learn, but then I'm always looking forward. So then it was, and then I saw what was happening on social media, and I saw the kind of messages that were coming, people calling from everywhere, and there was outrage, and there was a lot of whatever I was feeling was being felt by a lot of people, and so that gave me a lot of hope. And then I realized, ki, chal, theek hai. It's a reality show. It's a part of my life. It's a part of my career. It's over. Look forward.
All right, but can we say that considering that you are attached to Tejasswi, and obviously you are thrilled with a victory and all, but क्या हम ये कह सकते हैं अगर हम एक इंसानी लेवल पे अगर हम देखें, so the fact that मोहब्बत जो है वो शायद बीच में आ गई आपकी उस शिद्दत के लिए जो ट्रॉफी के लिए हो सकती थी.
क्योंकि see, a lot of people have thought this कि मैंने अपनी गेम खराब कर ली. But see, the point is that I am not very vocal. All right, I am inside the house. I was the one who was always strategizing. I was the one who always was. मेरे बहुत clear थे कि these are the people that are with me, and these are the people who we want to go forward. So when people were thinking, there were times when a task would go wrong, and I would immediately get into, okay, what's next? How do I do this? There was a time when me and Umar were already in the VIP, and Tejasswi ka task tha wo wala, and she lost and she got angry and everything. While she was doing that, I was not dwelling there. I was already in the future. I was like, okay, let me calculate. There's just one more spot left. What's gonna happen? Okay, now what do we do? Now how do I strategize? It was a lot of inside thing, background mein jo chal raha tha. If you ask the people who've seen the show 24 hours, they know that my brain was always working on strategizing and getting my people to the top, and myself, of course. Doesn't mean that meri game kharab hui. Yes, I fell in love, definitely. And I would say that this was the best thing that I would do. You think that I would let a reality show come in between how I feel? I don't think so. I think for me, love has a way bigger importance in my life, especially with the kind of times I've dealt with after COVID and everything. For me, relationships are very, very important. And if I had not played the game rightly, what was I doing in the top 3 then?
All right, that's I think good defense. Your father is of the opinion that you guys are good to go as far as marriage is concerned whenever you want. So I think somewhere that is a significant victory too.
I think it's not just my dad. I think both the families are pretty much same opinion. But I'll be very honest, we've not had the time to even talk. We were very, very scared of what is going to happen once the show gets over. Are we going to feel the same way? Is it because we are in a show and we have only each other and it's a stressful situation? Is it that? Or do we actually feel like this? What will happen when we get our phones back? What will happen when we go outside? Will we realize that, oh, ye to isliye ho gaya kyunki. So for now, what we are realizing is that it's not what we were thinking, and we are actually becoming closer to each other now that there's distance between us, because obviously she's busy with her shoots and everything. We're getting time to think without cameras, without mics, without each other, and we're only getting stronger. So that is for sure. But I think for me, it was very, very clear, Faizan, that at the end, I wanted me and Tejasswi, on left and right of the camera. and whoever wins the trophy wins the trophy. If it's between me and her, it doesn't make a difference. So that's how I am. That's who I am, and I can't change that. You know, people will say that you were not playing for yourself. I definitely was. My basic nature is not. I can't be this way. I have to be this way. There are these qualities in me, or whatever. But that's how I am. I can't, and I'm very proud of the fact. I'm very proud of the fact that no, I did not play only for myself. No, there was a point when they had to literally tell me that if you don't play for Shamita, Pratik, and Nishant, you're not showing this. And I felt like a hero inside. I was like, oh, so I have to do this. Fantastic, I'll do it. Whatever I've done inside, whatever decisions I took, whatever strategies I made, wherever I reached, I take full onus of that, and that is me, and nothing can change that. And I'm not going to say that I regret it. Definitely not.
It's also being said that there was a triangle happening between you guys in terms of that. Obviously, you and Tejasswi, but there is this bromance between you and Omar that was really liked by a lot of people.
Yeah,
that bonding seemed to be very real to a lot of people.
Yep. This is him right here. I just spoke to him before. This is this hit and miss that's happening. Between me and him, he's busy with his own things, and we make a plan. So it's like, okay, listen, I'm going to be. I'll call you, and I have these interviews after that. He's like, ha. And then when I call him, he gets into interviews. I messaged him at 1 o'clock in the night, and then he messages me back just before I sleep. Today I told him that, listen, I have timed in 1 o'clock. I have to meet you. We live pretty nearby. And he replies at 1:07. So वो जो full फिल्मों में होता है ना, hit and miss ये चल रहा है. I never expected that I would become this close to Umar, and we always have preconceived notions about people before entering the house like that. I only knew two people over there, which was Nishant, who's a very old friend of mine, and Pratik, because I've done 2 shows with him. But organically, naturally, me and Umar became very good friends. We had the same ethics, different personalities, but there was this North Indian thing. There was the kind of aggression that he and me shared. I was always when he was angry, I was being sensible. When I was angry, he was being sensible. So there was this natural sort of a bond that started building up, and trust, most importantly, trust. That this is the person I can trust and rely on, and he had the same feelings for me. And this is not something that we had to sort of tell ourselves. It just started happening organically because the actions that we were taking was that. And I knew his history, he knew my history. I knew how he is emotional about things. He knew how I am. He was always there for me. I was always there for him, and I knew that this is a friendship for a lifetime.
We've taken fan questions for you on Twitter. There are hundreds and hundreds of them, so maybe thousands now. So I request you that whenever you find time, please do check the hashtag Karan Kundrra with Faridun. I think you'll really like reading a lot of those questions.
Definitely.
But I've taken a few. Let's see what they're saying. We'll quickly try and take as many as possible. How does it feel to know that you were the most trended contestant of Bigg Boss, as you hold the record of 47 trends in your kitty, along with 43 million trend 1? 10 million and 7.5 million trend.
Wow. Wow.
Are you aware of this?
No. I know. I mean, I knew, I think I went live and I had a lot of people there, and I read something about that, but what you've just, the stats that you just gave me, I was absolutely not aware of that. It's a crazy feeling. I mean, actually, wow. I mean, I've said it before, but as I said, I have gotten way more than I had, whatever I had expected. This is just pure kindness. This is kindness, and I'm extremely grateful and overwhelmed with this. A big thank you, a big thank you. This makes me a winner. I don't really care. What I have achieved is something that is invaluable.
And it also, you're saying kindness, but it also tells you about popularity. You've been in the industry for quite some time. What does this popularity will do for you in terms of the offers that you're getting, web shows, movies, music videos?
See, I want to be. I mean, you've been around more than I've been here, and you also know how things work out for people. When you try to bring a project onto the table, you have to be a bankable star. The struggle of proving yourself as somebody that a director or a producer or a studio would think of casting for the economics of a project is something extremely important. I remember the last time when we spoke, we just finished promoting 1921. That's the last time I'd come to your studio. And we did make a lot of money on that film, and it was a hit film. But that did not lead to the kind of projects that I wanted to be a part of. So what this means, and I'm hopeful, and my fingers are crossed, that the kind of directors and studios, or the kind of filmmakers that I dream to work with would probably look at me and say, why not? Does this popularity mean something that he brings onto the table? Does it make him a bankable actor? Just purely economic side of the trade, and you're well aware of it. I'm sure you're understanding what I'm trying to say. If that happens, if a few doors open up for me, it's about time. It's high time.
No, definitely. One thing which is interesting and good as well. क्या होता है, बिग बॉस इस तरीके का शो है कि आप उसमें अपनी जो असलियत है आप उसमें छुपा नहीं सकते हैं, लेकिन जो आपकी एक अर्नेस्टनेस है वो एक सामने आई है. एंड आई थिंक इस प्रोफेशन में वो जो भी टीम्स होती हैं वो अर्नेस्टनेस को देखती हैं कि यार ये आदमी मतलब जो भी कह रहा है, डज ही मीन इट और डजंट मीन इट. वो एक चीज जो है वो आपकी खासा खुल के सामने आई है, एंड दैट्स वेरी पॉजिटिव, एंड आई एम श्योर दैट पीपल विल टेक नोटिस ऑफ दैट.
Thank you. Coming from you, that's very sweet of you. Thank you.
All right. This is Neha Sarosh. Tell him, don't be too nice, yeah. You take stand for yourself. It's high time. Channel has released official statement that you emotionally shattered her, which is not true. In fact, they have harassed you, including your own girlfriend. Don't nullify your fans' effort. बहुत लड़ाई की है हमने.
I know that a lot of people who have supported me and fought for me, are thinking that I am not grateful for what they've done. Let me assure you that's not the thing. I am extremely grateful. I am extremely happy about what all has happened. I don't understand what statement is this where I tried to shatter, and the channel coming out with a statement like this. I don't know. I've not seen a statement like that, and I assume that a channel is not going to come out with a statement like that. But I need to tell this to everybody, that this is all emotions, and I respect that, and I love that these are the emotions attached for me. The show is over. There was a reason why I did this show. It was for my future. More importantly, I want to have a successful career. I want to wanted to use this opportunity, use this platform for my future, and that is the only thing that is important for me. And if losing the show means that I have gained so much popularity overnight, because of the feeling of disappointment that everybody shared with me, that makes me a successful person. And a reality show in the 13th year of my career is not going to define who I am and who I am going to be 5 years down the line. When Salman Bhai was on stage, he said a very important thing, that it's what you make out of the show, and not what the show makes out of you. I am all poised. I'm all ready to take this and make a successful future for myself, and that is the only thing that matters. Let's not dwell into what happened or what should have happened or what could have happened. I need this emotion of yours to take me further, because not winning a reality show is not going to define who I am.
All right. This is Lena D'Souza from Mumbai. Did you ever feel in your journey that everyone was asking you to take a stand for them, but no one really ever took a stand for you?
Absolutely. I think I said that. There was a time when they wanted me to take a stand for, so many people. On the show, everybody would, everyone was told, listen, you please play for yourself first. Take a stand for yourself. That should be enough for you. तुम वो कर लो वही बहुत है. But मेरे को बोला जाता था कि इसके लिए भी लो, इसके लिए भी लो, इसके लिए भी लो, इसके लिए भी लो. So for at that moment, for them to be very honest, I felt very responsible. That they need me to help these guys, and that made me feel like a hero. And this is what it is. I always look at the glass half full and not never half empty. Yes, Umar blatantly took stands for me. Tejasswi was always there, to support me, and even if it had to, if it meant that she had to fight with, people and spoil her relationships, they were there for me. But at the same time, they were also contestants. We were all going towards the win, right? For me, when they asked me to play for others, that meant a lot for me, because that meant that I was doing well, and I needed to stand up for others, to bring them up in the journey, and that's how I took it.
All right. This is Ria from Kolkata. In a house where people keep grudges forever, we have seen Karan not only forgiving people who hurt him, but also helped them. Does he forget as well? So you forgive him, but do you forget as well?
No, I do not forget. I forgive immediately. I do not forget. Never.
This is Ashish from Gurgaon. How did you feel after finding out so much love and support from fans outside house, which is not exactly same in case of top 2? And did he think the channel did not do right with him?
No, I don't think anything. Everybody from the makers to the channel to everybody has been constantly calling me. They've been worried for me. They've told me what I meant for the show, and these are the statement of the top people, and they've clearly expressed what they also felt, and what they how they looked at me, and how important I was for the show, and what I brought to the show. They know, and that is why they are taking the effort out in in making sure that I'm okay, and they're making sure that they're talking to me. I do not believe that. The support and the kind of love that I've got, I've been constantly saying it. It's overwhelming. It's way more than what I'd expected, and I'm extremely grateful for that.
This is Khyati from Pune. How did Tejasswi console him after the finale night when she went to her house at 5:30? What was his reaction? Will he make YouTube videos with Teja? We are eagerly waiting for more Tejran content on all social media platforms. Just love Tejran.
The fact that she left her glory moment as soon as she was allowed to, and she rushed to my house, even if it was like 5:30 in the morning, and she was extremely tired, and she's, to think of it, she's won the show, and she was not thinking about that, but she was worried about how I was feeling. It immediately made me feel better, 10 times better. And I knew that I have her, and she will always feel this way. The reason why I left early was because I didn't want to spoil her moment, because I know how she is. I know that she's going to leave everything and she's going to start worrying about me, and I did not want to be that person at that time. So after I finished whatever, I wanted her to have fun, to enjoy everything. But that's what happened. This is what I was feeling, and this is what she was feeling, and she was here in the morning, and my dad was actually glad to see her, and he was like, listen, this is the best thing, please go and talk to him. He's just sitting in his room, and all of us sleeping. And to be honest, it was the most beautiful moment of ours, where she left everything and came to see me. And she's busy, and I don't know about the content and everything. Whenever we meet, we probably post pictures and everything. But she's going to be extremely busy, and hopefully I'm also going to be extremely busy. But whenever we meet, we are going to post something together.
All right, this is Basu Sharma from Jaipur. Just ask him, does he still think that he lost because of votes after having a record-breaking live session with 111K people? whereas the runner-up was getting a low watching of just 50K. People note everything, man. The detailing. My Twitter is the sort of mentions I have. I have to take popcorn and just see the sort of detailing which people have.
It is
baffling. I just hope that they should not fight amongst each other. That's all.
It is beautiful. This the kind of information that comes out, and now that you've told me about the trends and all of that, I told you about this live session also that I reached 115K. Or I didn't even notice.
I've had so many screenshots of that live session today. So many screenshots. And I see that number 111K. I've seen it myself.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So many screenshots, yeah.
Yeah. So see, the point is, does it even matter anymore? Does it even matter? Should I even go back and think about what happened? It's not going to change. I don't know if it was the right thing. I don't know if it was the wrong thing. The fact is that I don't care. My win is not what happened on that stage that night. My win is clearly this. What I'm going through now. What you also told me about. The things that are happening outside. The other night, I was coming back after dropping Tejasswi, and there were these 23 people who stopped my car, and they were also saying these things. And this is overwhelming, and this is what I call victory.
All right, so I'll take one more question, and I request you please just go through the hashtag. You love this.
I definitely.
This is Shilpa. Are you planning to watch the show now? If you watch some things, will be an eye opener. As a person who has watched episode and live feed, I would like to say no one in the house, including his rivals OTTNs, were building narrative against him except for one. Now, the person is not telling which one, but
no, it's clearly I know what they mean. See, the point is that yes, you were watching a live feed. Yes, you were watching the episodes. I was living the show. I was inside 24 hours for over 130 or whatever, 22 days for 17 weeks. The narrative was never built by me or Tejasswi. The narrative was actually built by the people who were editing the content. Yes, there were things that were said, and they will obviously pick up the best and put it in the episode, right? So it was me fighting with her, it was her fighting with me, and all the things that were said, when you put it in perspective, when you put it in an episode, the narrative is being formed by you people. The narrative is being formed by all of that, so it is a show. Okay, and the answer is, am I going to watch the show? No way. I don't have the time or the energy. मतलब पहले करो show, फिर उसको देखो. I see a lot of moments on Instagram and Twitter and social media, but I don't think I have the energy to sit and watch the entire show. Prateek is going to do that, and he's going to tell me all the best parts. As I said, this is an emotion. I know what I went through. I know what we guys went through as contestants. I know जब गुस्सा आता था हम क्या बोलते थे. ये narratives हमने नहीं बनाने की कोशिश की है. ये narratives बन गए हैं. So there is a difference. So nothing in the show was done purposely to harm somebody. और अगर मैं ऐसा करूँगी तो मैं ये show जीत जाऊँगी, या मैं अगर ऐसा बोलूँगा तो इसकी image खराब होगी. I will do better. No. I don't think we are smart enough or even have the understanding when you're inside the show, because you are unaware of what's happening outside. So many things I've said and I'm like, oh shit, ye kya bol diya yaar? I forgot that there are cameras. So many things that you've said, like there was a time when I said something to Shamita that became a big thing outside. That's not the narrative that Shamita tried to make. That's not the narrative that I tried to make. I don't know. We didn't even know that I'd said something. It became such a big thing outside. And when Neha got in, she said, listen, you said something like this to Shamita. I'm like, oh shit, really? I went up to Shamita. I was like, listen, Shamita, I said something like this. I didn't even realize. I said, even I didn't realize, but apparently I've said it, so I want to apologize for it. We guys are such jokers inside. We don't know what's happening outside. So I don't think anybody has so much of, when you're inside this, you don't know, and the only memory of you have no outside connection. You don't know. It's like a bubble that you're living in. I don't think कि किसी के दिमाग में आएगा कि इसको ऐसे करेंगे तो ये ऐसा होगा. हम लोग आपस में लड़ रहे हैं, कुछ भी बोल रहे हैं, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, and that is becoming big outside. I understand, that this is what has happened, but I also am smart enough and mature enough to understand that what must have really happened.
Which one memory from Bigg Boss 15 would you term as your sweetest memory?
I think the sweetest, I have so many sweet memories. I think it would be either with Tejasswi or with Umar, so many times. I mean, the sweetest would actually be this one time when, me, Umar and Tejasswi were sitting on the couch, and he got saved by just a little, otherwise he would have been out of the show. And the way we, all three of us hugged, it really showed how much we cared for each other and how scared we were for each other. So I think that would be one of the most important moments. And I remember the first time I actually hugged Tejasswi in a way that I, sort of would hug somebody that I like and I would want to be, like my girlfriend or, my partner. That felt really nice. And yeah.
If you were to give Salman Khan, the host, a message, what would you say to him?
See, I said this to Salman Bhai as well, that, we were so clueless inside. We were doing whatever the hell we wanted to do. And he was always there for us. I remember him saying that I come to you and I tell you things that are happening outside. And if I am talking to you and if I am spending time on you, that means that I like you and I want you to do well. So the entire journey, our only, the part where we were like, okay, somebody please tell us what are we doing. The only connection we had with the outside world was Salman Bhai. Every time I've done something, like I made a mistake, the way he's come and handled the situation with me in a way that an elder brother would handle the situation is to a point where I was not scared of him, but I was scared of disappointing him. That comes through respect, and that respect is something that everybody gains for him, because he's very involved in the show. He takes your journey personally. He really wants you to do well. So I think it was a fab time working with him, and for me, Salman Khan is going to be somebody else for the rest of my life.
All right. Apart from Tejasswi, any one contestant from Bigg Boss 15 house you can be friends with for the rest of your life?
Oh, Umar, Nishant, Rajiv, yeah.
What is something you had never thought you'd do, but you had to do it in Bigg Boss 15 house?
Fall in love.
What was your biggest lesson from your Bigg Boss 15 journey?
My biggest lesson is that I am a much more self-aware person. I have a lot more clarity about myself and what kind of an individual I am and what hurts me and what affects me and what I feel right and what I feel wrong. And that is something that is absolutely going to change my life.
All right, how would you describe following in one word? Social media.
I think one word. Oh my God. Eminent.
Your fans. One word.
My love, my strength.
Marriage.
A beautiful thing. I mean, finally I'm in a stage where I can say that, I'm not afraid anymore. Yeah. Not commitment phobic anymore.
If following people, if you had to ask them a question, what would you ask them? Umar Riaz, if you had to ask him a question.
Umar Riaz, I don't have a question for him because he is very expressive with his actions, and I know what he feels for me, and I know that what I feel for him. ये जो दोस्ती है हमारी उसमें कोई questions नहीं है. We don't ask questions.
Shamita.
Are you gonna stay upset forever, or are we gonna be the way we were inside the house, which was pretty chill?
Pratik.
Question for Pratik. I don't know. The question for Pratik is, there were a lot of things that he had, imagined about me, that I'm manipulative and I use people. And, I'd asked him, as soon as you get out of the show, you are obviously going to go and watch the entire show. And I'm going to ask this question once you've finished watching the show. Do you still think that I am manipulative and I use people and, all of those things? Okay, complete the following sentences, please. A Bigg Boss 15 contestants I think I can never be good friends with is? A lot of them, actually. I can never be good friends with probably a Bichukle. I don't think I would have that vibe. No disrespect. I won't be good friends with, I mean, there's a lot of people, but I think one name, Bichukle, is probably that person. What made Tejasswi win Bigg Boss 15 House title is her personality. Did your roadies experience help you in Bigg Boss 15 House? Yes. Are you satisfied with the Bigg Boss 15 journey? Absolutely, yes.
Have you ever wanted to slap someone in the Bigg Boss 15 house?
Every day.